Snow fell softly over Emberlane City, dusting streets and rooftops with shimmering frost. Lanterns glowed warm behind windows. Children laughed as they made snow angels, and carolers filled the air with music. But inside a small third-floor apartment on the city's east end, the mood was very different. Callum Rowan, a human father with tired eyes but a gentle smile, paced back and forth across a cramped living room, decorated with mismatched ornaments and a small crooked Christmas tree. His 7-year-old daughter Lyria sat on the couch hugging her stuffed reindeer. Her scales, gold-tinted delicate, caught the tree lights in tiny reflections. She was half human, half dragon, and she had never spoken a single word in her life. Callum checked the window again, heart pounding. "She said she'd come," he whispered, more to himself than to Lyria. "Just be brave, okay?" Lyria didn't respond. She rarely made more than soft humming sounds. A knock finally echoed through the hallway. Callum froze, his breath hitched. "She's here," he whispered. He opened the door, and there she stood. Seraphine, the dragon empress of the Scaled Dominion, legendary warrior, ruler of 4 mountain ranges, and his ex-wife. Her towering figure filled the doorway. Obsidian horns curled from her temples. Ember-like markings glowed along her cheekbones, and her crimson cloak trailed snow behind her. But her eyes, those molten gold eyes, held something he never thought he'd see again. Regret. "Callum," she said softly, "may I come in?" He stepped aside, swallowing the knot in his throat. Lyria's eyes widened the moment Seraphine entered. Her small dragon wings twitched, unsure whether to hide or leap with excitement. Seraphine knelt down slowly until she was eye level with her daughter. "Hello, little Starfire," she whispered. Lyria blinked, hugged her reindeer tighter, then looked away. Seraphine's shoulders fell. Callum closed the door and cleared his throat. "I didn't think you'd really come. Do you hate me that much?" she asked gently. He didn't answer. The silence said enough. The broken family Seraphine walked slowly around the room, touching ornaments, running a hand across old photos taped to the wall, photos where she wasn't present. "You decorated for Christmas," she murmured. "Our tradition." Callum looked down. "Lyria deserves normal memories." That sentence hurt her more than she expected. After a long silence, she said, "I know I wasn't here. For either of you. You vanished," Callum said quietly. "No goodbye. No message. Just gone." Seraphine closed her eyes. "My kingdom was under attack. If I didn't return, millions would have died." "And what about us?" he whispered. "We lost you too." The silence grew heavy, thick with 7 years of pain. Lyria nervously flapped her small wings. She sensed the tension, even if she didn't speak. Seraphine softened her voice. "Callum, I came tonight because I can't stay away anymore. I want to see her. I want to know her." Callum hesitated. His heart wanted to believe her. His mind didn't. He finally nodded toward Lyria. "She doesn't talk. Doctors say it's emotional. Maybe fear. Maybe confusion about her identity." Seraphine's throat tightened. My silence cost her voice. Callum swallowed hard but didn't deny it. The argument that revealed everything. Callum brought out cocoa for Lyria and hot tea for Seraphine. They sat around the small living room table, the only light coming from the little Christmas tree. Seraphine took a sip. "This hasn't changed." "Some things don't," he answered quietly. She glanced at him. "You still look tired." "I'm a full-time parent," he replied. "It comes with the job." Guilt stabbed her again. "You shouldn't have done it alone," she whispered. He finally snapped. "What choice did I have? You left me with a newborn who breathed sparks in her sleep." Seraphine stared at him, hurt. Callum continued, voice shaking. "Do you know how many schools refused to accept her? How many landlords told me dragons were dangerous? How many people backed away because of what she is?" He pointed toward Lyria, who watched silently, understanding more than they realized. "I had to fight everyone for her, everyone," Seraphine whispered. "And I wasn't here to fight with you." "No, you weren't." Seraphine bowed her head, her horned silhouette trembling. "But I'm here now," she whispered. "For how long?" Callum asked quietly. "A night, a week? Until your kingdom needs you again?" She looked up at him, her eyes glowing with fierce sincerity. "I stepped down." Callum froze. "What?" "I gave the throne to my sister. I'm no longer the Dragon Empress." Callum's breath caught. Why would you do that?" Seraphine's voice cracked. Because no crown is worth more than the family I lost. Lyria's head lifted, her golden eyes wide. The unexpected visitor. Before Callum could respond, a thunderous boom shook the apartment. The windows rattled. Pictures fell from the walls. Seraphine shot up instantly, wings bursting from her back. Callum grabbed Lyria and shielded her. A second boom came, closer this time. Seraphine's eyes narrowed. They followed me. Who? Callum demanded. Seraphine's claws extended from her fingertips as she moved toward the window. The Crimson Talons, she growled. Rebels who refused my abdication. They want to take Lyria, my half-dragon heir. Fear prickled down Callum's spine. They won't touch her. Seraphine looked back at him, proud, fierce, determined. No, they won't. A massive shadow loomed outside. A dragon rebel, armored and vicious, perched on the fire escape. Flames crackled from its jaws. Callum whispered, Lyria, don't be scared. But she shook violently in his arms, eyes glowing bright gold like molten metal. Seraphine faced the monster outside. Stay behind me, she commanded. Both of you. The fire escape exploded inward with a deafening crash. The rebel dragon roared, reaching for Lyria. Callum pushed her behind the couch, shielding her body with his. But before the creature could strike, Seraphine let out a roar that shook the walls. Fire erupted from her mouth, slamming the intruder back. Glass shattered. Flames lit the sky. Callum, she shouted. Take Lyria and run. I'm not leaving you. We don't have a choice. Another rebel dragon swooped down onto the balcony. Seraphine charged, colliding with it mid-air, wings slicing through the snowstorm. Their battle filled the sky with fire and sparks. Callum held Lyria tightly. She trembled so hard his arms shook. Lyria, sweetie, please breathe, he whispered, voice unsteady. We'll be okay. But then, a third rebel crashed through the broken doorway. Callum stepped between the beast and his daughter, heart hammering. The creature snarled, raised its claws, and Lyria finally reacted. Her small wings spread. Her throat glowed, and for the first time in her life, she spoke. 2 tiny words, soft, but powerful enough to shake the room. No. Daddy. The rebel froze. Seraphine, still fighting outside, heard it and gasped. Callum's eyes flooded with tears. Lyria, you talked. Her whole body shook, but she repeated, stronger this time. No, Daddy. A golden shockwave burst from her chest, slamming the rebel dragon backward into the hallway wall. Cracks spread through the plaster like spider webs. Silence followed. Callum stared at her in awe. You protected me. The little girl whimpered and collapsed into his arms. He held her against his chest, crying into her hair. Seraphine flew back through the shattered window just in time to see the defeated rebel unconscious on the floor. She landed, panting, covered in scorch marks. But when she saw Callum and Lyria holding each other, her fierce expression melted into astonishment. She spoke, Seraphine whispered. She finally spoke. Callum nodded, still trembling. She saved my life. A new family. With the rebels defeated, city guards arrived to secure the building. The danger passed, the apartment fell quiet. Seraphine approached slowly and knelt beside her daughter. Lyria peeked up at her nervously. Callum smiled gently. It's okay, sweetheart. She protected you too. Seraphine held out her clawed hand. Lyria, little starfire. May I hold you? Lyria hesitated, then nodded. Seraphine lifted her into her arms, cradling her as if she were made of moonlight. I'm so sorry, Seraphine whispered, her voice breaking. I should have been here. I should have loved you the way you deserved. Lyria touched her mother's cheek. Her tiny voice whispered, Stay, Mama? Seraphine froze. Tears spilled down her face. Fiery drops that hissed when they hit the snow drifting in through the broken window. Callum stepped closer, voice soft. That's what she needs. That's what I need too. If you stay, we can try again. Seraphine looked at him, hope glowing brighter than the embers on her skin. Callum Rowan, do you truly want me back? He swallowed. I never stopped wanting you. I just stopped believing you'd return. She placed her forehead gently against his, dragon and human. Reunited, I'm home now, she murmured. Outside, snow continued to fall over Emberlane City. Inside the small apartment, a broken family finally became whole again. A dragon mother rediscovered love. A human father regained hope. And a little girl found her voice. 3 hearts reunited on Christmas night because of 2 small words that changed everything.